Hey!
Hey!
If you like this content, please subscribe.
You can leave a comment.
Like it.
We're also on Anchor.
We're on Anchor. Both of our podcasts are on Anchor. So if you're on the go and you want to listen instead of having to watch YouTube, you can find us there.
It also works on Spotify as well.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks.
Happy Halloween! It's Coffee,
Coffee
break.
Yeah!
I kind of leaned into that one a little
You
much.
did. You took the lead, and I was definitely like a heartbeat behind you.
Sorry, I just got this energy to me today where I'm just like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
I think it's a good energy to have.
It's really annoying because it's almost anxiety-inducing.
You don't have a beverage with you.
Oh, I forgot mine. Oh, no.
You left it downstairs?
Yeah, I wanted to drink tea today. I even made it earlier.
I saw you making it and everything. And you were just down there, too.
You want to talk about the... Okay. Sorry.
Alright, okay.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay.
I'm drinking a soda.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
And I'm drinking a tea. Black tea.
I didn't want actual caffeine, but I wanted caffeine.
I think it's weird that people put sugar in their tea.
It's
creamer.
People put like milk in that.
Also, people drink hot tea.
Yeah, like milk in hot tea with sugar. Ugh.
See,
and I know it's supposed to be a specific flavor or whatever, but like, no, don't.
when you're here in Arizona, you don't want a hot tea. You want a freaking cold tea. You want anything cold.
You want ice sun tea.
Yeah.
Is the best. Is the best.
Yeah. So, okay. Happy Halloween, everyone. I hope you're going to enjoy your evening tonight. Or if you are listening to this later, I hope you had a great Halloween.
Yeah. Get ready for the next one.
Okay, we're going to start off because this one's going to be weird. And, I mean, they're all kind of weird, but I'm changing up the format for the future. When we get there, I'll talk about it. But one thing I wanted to start off is that for those who love Pokemon as much as we do,
Woo!
nothing happened this week.
Nothing.
I mean, nothing.
There was nothing. I mean, it makes sense.
The one update I already reported because I caught on to it early.
Yeah, the thing with Zorua and Zoroark being ghost normal types.
Yeah, we already talked about it.
Yeah.
But Niantic did drop their new
Pikmin?
Pikmin. I can't say it for some reason.
You call them Pimpkins, and it's cuter than Pikmin. I imagine them like short, fat, like discount Pikmin.
Pikmin Bloom, and it's like Pokemon Go, but I don't know. It's really cute.
You're enjoying it so
I am.
far.
It's been 24 hours since I started playing it.
Yeah, you liking it?
I am. I'm collecting quite a little army.
I never played Pikmin, so I don't.
Me either.
Like I don't have much of like an emotional attachment, but I think it'd be interesting to check out.
I think most of us only know Pikmin because of Olimar from Smash Bros.
Mm-hmm. It's got to be better than Niantic's Harry Potter game, at least. I mean, that's a pretty low bar.
I can't believe that thing is still running.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow, that blows me away.
And oh yeah, sorry for the air conditioner. It's so hot.
It's hot.
I can't stand it. I've been sweating all day.
Welcome to the desert.
You think for being at the end of October, it wouldn't be this hot?
I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, it's not fall. It doesn't feel like fall. There's no clouds. All the plants are thriving right now. There's bugs everywhere.
It's so hot.
We're in the middle of summer still.
So last week we teased that we're going to talk about some Halloween or horror movies, really.
Yay.
Not Halloween movies. There's not many Halloween movies, to be honest.
No.
And no, not all those goddamn Halloween movies count. I know it takes place on the night of Halloween, but I promised something about Saw.
Yes.
Now, in 2013, two Australian friends,
Three.
Lee Wan...
2003.
Oh, I said 13, sorry.
Yeah.
2003. 10 years before that.
Close.
Lee Wanell and James Wan wrote and directed a short that they got funded to produce into a feature length. This is an old practice that filmmakers sometimes still use.
They still do. Did you ever see the short?
Yes.
I did, and it freaked me out.
It's more scarier than some parts of the movie.
Yeah.
So they got funded to do the movie Saw, the original first one, which was released today. Because we're filming this October 29th.
Yeah.
2004. It grossed 10 times its amount for its budget.
Nice. I mean, it had like a budget of $25. There was 3 sets.
It was like 1.6 million.
7 actors. Yeah, it's not. It's. I know in like regular people terms, $1 million sounds like a lot. It's not in the industry.
No, it's
that is
very
chunk
small.
change. That's like a couple of Chuck E. Cheese tokens.
So Saw was known to the audience for how grotesque the traps are.
Yes.
And how innovative that story is, because it's been out forever. If you haven't seen it, go see it.
If you don't know what Saw is,
it's
it was only the biggest thing in the world like 7 years ago.
Oh, it's still going.
It is still going.
The answer is in the middle of the room.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time. The person that you're looking for. All those little tiny pieces were given to you at the beginning and in the middle and at the end. They're all right there, but then you finally get to piece it together. And it was really good. And so they made 6 more sequels.
Yes, to varying degrees of success.
Yeah. James Wan never directed another Saw.
Yeah. James Wan, what was his latest thing he did? Malignant?
Malignant. No.
He's
no.
a good director, too. Just not with Malignant. I don't... Okay.
That's a different thing. And then they made 2 spin-offs. Jigsaw, which was our first date.
That was our first date movie.
Yep.
We went on our first date, and we went and saw Jigsaw.
Right?
That's how romantic.
I'm a romantic guy, you know?
Yeah. And then after that, we went to Chili's, and we just had nachos.
Yep. Yeah. It was a cold night.
It was cold.
Anyways. And then the most recent was Spiral.
Mm-hmm. I liked Spiral.
It's a unique thing. I think if they make a sequel, it should really talk about police brutality. That's where that story should go.
It was talking about, well, I guess it was talking about corrupt police, but not police brutality necessarily. I liked it. I didn't expect, what's his name? Help. The actor.
I've only seen it once.
The main guy.
Oh, Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. I was like, it's not Chris Evans. I know it's not Chris Evans. Chris Rock. I knew he was going to do good, but he did really, really good in that one. So, well done, Mr. Rock.
I haven't seen it enough to really judge it yet. Because I've been watching them over and over and over again. You know me. Mm-hmm. And I really love the franchise. But one thing that I wanted to defend is the main guy, John Kramer.
Yeah.
Played by Tobin Bell. He dies in the 3rd one.
Yeah.
But we see him throughout the rest of them.
Yeah.
He's not really in Jigsaw. There's like recordings and like photos of him.
Yeah, they always do some trickety trick. I think the only time where there wasn't anything was Spiral. They didn't even pretend. They were like, it's a copycat of Jigsaw.
Yeah, they're just kind of leaning in. It almost could have been its own movie, but that was kind of the point.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about John Jigsaw is people tend to not think of him in a good light.
He is the villain.
But he's not really a villain.
Okay, explain yourself.
So, to quote him, killing is distasteful. Okay? He says this.
Mm-hmm.
In his own mind, he is definitely sick.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? I mean, building these traps, these intricate traps, I mean... And they actually built it. The filmmakers really built these things.
Yeah, that's the thing. It'd be that like a guillotine that swings back and forth,
well,
like a pendulum.
Down. Yep. It's called the pendulum. By the way.
That would be the one. Like if I was on set,
slowly drops
I would not.
And cuts your stomach open until it starts ripping out your intestines and you bleed to death.
Like if I was an intern, I would refuse to be on set with that thing.
Okay, we're gonna get to that stuff. Sorry, trigger warnings.
Yeah, it's Halloween. Just be prepared for all that kind of things.
No, I love Jigsaw, and I love the traps, and I love that he's punishing bad people for the bad things they do. He's an anti-hero.
It was really, because the first thing of Saw I did see was that short, and I really appreciated the simplicity of the concept of a man is dying, and it's not fair, and, people, like, seeing a smoker, they're throwing their life away, they're killing themselves, they get to live, but he gets to die, and it's not fair. And basically making them appreciate life, so they would give up something like smoking. I like that karma, irony concept. You understand? Yeah.
What you're talking about is the sixth one, which is about the health insurance people who decline him for health insurance because he gets sick with cancer.
Yeah.
Which is part of the catalyst of what kicks off why he's doing what he's doing. I mean, he did try to kill himself and he got to live again.
Yeah.
But he punishes them and makes them choose who gets to live and who gets to die in his own sick fashion because he doesn't want them to actually live. Because they're just killing people by neglecting to give them health insurance, which is ruining their families. I mean, he's on a level, he's actually trying to equalize everything back out.
Yes. It's pretty much taking justice into his own hands kind of concept.
Yeah, he's definitely, he thinks he's a vigilante. But again, he is still sick. And I love the crooked cop scenario that plays throughout all the films.
Yes.
I mean, you said to me at one point, you're like, I wish to get away from this. And I was
find,
like, no, it's been here since the beginning.
I do find the cop aspects super boring. I think it was best executed. Well, I think Spiral did a really great job with it, but I think probably other than that, the best execution was the first Saw.
Yeah, with Danny Glover.
Because they were like directly tied into the Saw traps that we were going through.
Yep.
Like the cops, like the two stories intertwined. With the following movies, especially later on, like the people are going through their Saw traps, and then the cops are trying to figure it out, and these like stories never interact in any way until the very end. And I feel like maybe there was a bit more balance, like character wise or stuff like that.
Okay. And look, you can hate Saw.
Lots of people do.
But look, there's fucking 9 of them. Okay, get over it.
Clearly people are watching
and
them.
they're gonna make 2 more. They're already talking about it. A sequel to Spiral and Saw 10.
Wow.
Which they consider Spiral a spin-off. I don't know. Just it's confusing to me. Anyways, I don't know how you guys feel about it. It gets convoluted when you start finding out he takes on apprentices, and then you deal with all the apprentices. Like the twist to Jigsaw is like.
There was like another one building the shit. Jigsaw's bad.
Because I think the worst one. I mean, by far, and the gall that it had. It goes by 2 different names: Saw 3D or Saw the Final Chapter.
That one is the worst one.
There's 2 more after it.
That was the one where...
It was so bad they had to make sequels.
The saturation, like, I don't know what they did with their gamma or something, but and it's not a stylistic choice, I can tell that, but the way they've saturated it...
It's due to the 3D.
The blood is pink.
It's hard to get over it. You just stare at it, and you're like, you couldn't go in and, like, kind of touch up every frame?
Like, blood is, like, dark red, almost black, right?
Well, all the other films get blood right.
Yeah.
It's just that one. And the story is so bad.
You don't even find out what happens to the guy at the end. He just stumbles in, he sees the last person die, his meat hooks get ripped out of his chest, and then he's lying there, and then we forget about him. And we never see him or his traps again for, like, the last 10 minutes of the movie, as we wrap up something with Kramer's apprentices.
Didn't a dome come over him, or was that just his wife?
That was just his wife, because she burnt.
Yeah, it burns her to death.
Yeah. And then we never see him again. It never mentioned.
What's your favorite Saw trap?
My favorite Saw trap? Oh, no. Ah. What's your answer? Oh, I know your answer.
You know what? I don't know.
Really?
What is my favorite one? As I'm going through all of them, I really enjoy them.
I figured you.
But there's some bad ones.
I figured you'd pick the carousel.
Oh, the carousel is funny.
What's the?
Hold on. Let me tell this story. Back in high school, I was dating this girl. It was a short thing, and they're like, "Oh, let's watch a movie. Let's watch Saw 3." And I was like, "Cool, let's watch it. I've already seen it. I like it." And they're like, "Okay." Because, it's not normal to be into horror films.
Yeah. Back then. Back then it was like a weird thing.
Yeah,
I think it's more common now.
Not even when you're able to say, like, I went to school for this stuff.
Yeah.
Not the killing, but for filmmaking. But they're watching it and they're just in horror, like, oh, what the audience is doing is putting themselves in the shoes of the victim, right?
Mm-hmm.
But somehow I was able to pull myself out of that a long time ago, and I've been able to just watch and enjoy.
I think that happens when you study film in general.
Yeah, but I didn't know I was studying film because I enjoyed film so much that it was a passion of mine just to watch them.
Yeah.
You know?
Understandable, I get that.
And then when you go into film school, and we talked about this, when they start laying out the groundwork, you can pick apart things really quick. And once you do that, disbelief in suspension?
Suspension of disbelief?
Yeah, I got it backwards.
It really, if you study film, you ruin horror movies for yourself, honestly.
You're gonna ruin a lot of stuff. But yeah, I was just giggling and laughing, and they're like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid?
Did she dump you after that?
No, I left her. I was like, get out of here.
What was the point of bringing her up in this story?
No, just wanted to say the context that I'm sitting there next to this person I'm dating laughing at a horror movie, and she thinks I'm a freak.
and then you dumped her.
She didn't get me, okay?
I think my favorite, it's from my favorite movie, which is the fourth one?
Yeah, it's almost like a prequel. Prequel, midquel. It's interesting because there's two stories going through it.
It's the one where technically they all were supposed to live, but they...
Okay, that's the fifth one.
There's the fifth one. I get it mixed up a lot. The fifth one. They were all in the trap. They were supposed to work together so they could all live in the end, but they kept fucking each other over.
Yep.
And my favorite one is you were supposed to give blood. And if all five of them had lived, you would only have to give a little bit of blood, nothing.
Yep.
But because they ended up fucking each other over so much, there was only 2 people left, and they had to give way too much blood than a human person is supposed to be giving. And they both lived in the end.
Yeah, you'll see them in the sequel, but they're briefly there. They're not even characters.
Yeah, they're in a PTSD.
It's a therapy. It's part of the story.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in there, but I thought it was interesting they brought him back. Anyways, I love John Kramer. I think he's amazing. Also, I played the video games.
There were video games?
They're not canon.
Wow.
But, yeah.
I imagine.
But those were fun. You go through the traps. You got all these traps, and they didn't do well.
I bet.
Yeah. I mean, now that I think of it, they weren't that great. I just enjoyed them.
It just seems like a slightly macabre puzzle game.
Hold on.
Only it's not even fun like Resident Evil where you can shoot things.
Yeah. Resident Evil is just a different story. But that was the first one we're going to talk about. Right now we're going to talk about what came out this week.
Woo! News time.
Some of these got thrown in last second because more stuff shows up.
Yep.
Witcher Season 2 just got its trailer.
Yeah. Interesting music choice.
Yeah, first of all, I hated that song.
I wonder if they just didn't want to seem cliche. Because Game of Thrones just came out with its trailer a couple weeks back. Oh,
what's the song for the first season that everyone got in trouble for using?
Including me.
Yep.
Toss a coin to your Witcher.
To your Witcher,
yep.
Right? They couldn't make another song?
Maybe they are still mixing it.
Are they hiding it?
I don't know. Maybe. We saw...
I don't even know when it comes out.
We saw Dandelion. That's his name, right?
Yeah, Dandelion?
Yeah.
The bard?
Mm-hmm. He's my favorite.
Come on, my friends. I made new friends. Jealous?
Deal with it.
I was excited to see him. Mm-hmm. And it also looks like Geralt?
I swear, every time I hear it, it's different.
Yeah, I know a lot of people will struggle with that one. He seems to be just chopping people's heads off. Yeah. I was like, you're fighting more people than monsters. There are monsters, though.
There are monsters.
That bat looked cool. And then that weird tree thing.
Yeah, the tree thing looked cool. Like the weird, like Treebeard's shitty nephew.
It reminded me of the opening to the animated movie.
It reminded me of that, too.
Okay.
Did you see the moving house?
Yes.
So, alright.
It made me think of Baba Yaga.
That's what I thought of. I'm like, is Witcher gonna fight Baba Yaga?
Yaga.
Whatever.
Is it Baba Yaga?
Is it Baba Yaga?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
If you don't know what that is, that's a Russian folk tale.
Yeah, it's John Wick.
Yes, it is. Capcom announced that Resident Evil 8 will get free DLC.
Woo! Yeah!
There is no release date, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be January.
You think January?
That's when they drop all their stuff.
I think it's too soon. because I only just started working on it right after the game dropped. So I don't know if they'll have anything ready by January.
The game dropped in May.
I guess maybe.
It's been a long time.
Hmm.
Okay, little interesting news here, which I thought was bizarre. Star Wars Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker, beat Tenet for Best Sci-Fi at the Saturn Awards.
What?
I'm going to tell you right now.
What?
At least Star Wars is watchable.
That's fair.
And I know Tenet has its fans.
God.
And I know this argument can go easily both ways.
It can.
But can we also agree that both films suck?
How? What? That.
I can tell you the winner of the next one. It's gonna be Dune.
Yeah, pretty obviously.
Yeah, Dune made its sequel. I'm happy. I talked a lot about it last time.
Tenet was so bad.
It's hard to get through.
It's so boring. And it's not, it gets weirdly confusing in the middle for no good reason.
Yeah.
That's not how you spell Tenet.
Yeah, it is.
No, you're missing an N.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks for pushing me down on my own podcast.
Sorry.
Okay, Facebook changed its name to Meta.
Yeah, it's...
Fuck them.
I don't think they're gonna last very long.
No, why didn't the government just shut it down already?
I think they're working on that, aren't they?
They need to. I mean, there's so... Let's just go back to MySpace, who wasn't stealing information and selling it.
Who uses Facebook? I don't use Facebook anymore. I haven't used Facebook in decades.
I deleted my account. I was like, I'm done with this trash.
I didn't want to bother remembering my password to delete my account.
Damn.
So I might have like 1 million friend requests from shitty family members or something.
Yeah. Use other apps.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't even run good. It chugs.
Oh, next one's Dune. I already said it gets a sequel. October 2023, which seems very soon.
That does seem really soon.
I think Dennis V, I'm just going to say V, I won't be able to say his last name right. He spent at least 5 or 6 years in pre-production on that thing.
Well, maybe he spent that long also pre-productioning this follow-up.
Maybe while he was doing that, he was thinking about it. I know he's writing the script, and Hans Zimmerman has already recorded 90 minutes of score.
I think that's cool, because I think music really helps affect like your thought processes and creative.
Well, I didn't get to say that yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hans Zimmerman then gave the music to Dennis to help Dennis write it.
There you go.
So he'll be sitting there listening to the next score while writing the movie.
Yeah.
Filming has wrapped on Evil Dead Rise, the 5th installment. It comes out next year on HBO Max. Bruce Campbell will not be star. He's not even in the credits.
Then I'm not gonna watch it. Why would I? Why would I want to watch anything if Bruce Campbell's not gonna be in it?
I didn't know they were making another one.
Also, yeah.
Did
Bruce Campbell know they were making another one?
Where I left off was Ash vs. the Evil Dead, which starred Bruce.
Yeah.
And that was a 3-season TV show. And that was it. They kind of said goodbye to it. But nope, they made another one.
That's dumb.
Okay. Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
New trailer.
It's new trailer.
Last week was a teaser. This week was a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is the size, the length of it.
Also, the style was much different.
Oh yeah, apparently it's not in that style.
It's much more similar to how the show was. This new trailer.
Yeah.
Like it's got that vibe, that like jazz cowboy vibe.
Well, while you were watching it, you were talking about you were like, ooh, wow, oh, that's how we're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it.
No, you have not. I tried showing you multiple times.
It's hard to get into anime sometimes.
How? You're not. This is the thing. Like you were like, because I tried showing you Madoka Magica before, and you didn't. Like I showed you the first 3 episodes, and you didn't care. And now we're getting back into actually getting into Madoka Magica, and now you just watched that 3rd episode, and that blew your mind. So
yeah.
Maybe he's gotta pay attention better or something, buckaroo.
Some of these concepts are so either wacky or bizarre.
I can understand, like, just you gotta be like needing to be in the right mindset. I get that.
One episode a night with Madoka is all I can take. I mean, it's the pacing is off. But it's not. It's its own pacing.
It is weird with its pacing.
It dances to its own rhythm.
It does. I kind of like that about it.
Okay. For some reason, Idris Elba has announced that Knuckles for Sonic the Hedgehog 2 will not have a sexy voice. It's a fucking kids movie. Why would he be doing that?
But Idris Elba's voice in general is sexy.
No, he just sounds like a British guy.
No.
He's got a deep voice.
No, you are incorrect. Have you heard Idris Elba talking?
I'm not attracted to him.
He's one of the hottest people in the world.
No, John Cena is.
Well, that's...
I wonder if he'll alter his voice somehow, maybe?
I don't know.
You know, kind of like I'm wondering how Chris Pratt will handle Mario.
Yeah, I wonder if he's gonna do like an accent. Like, I can't imagine Knuckles British. Just throwing that one out there.
That would be funny. Okay, a long time ago, Universal decided to remake Wolfman. Now, finally, Ryan Gosling. They got Ryan Gosling. I should probably stop reading my damn script. I get way too verbose in my writing. It's killing me.
Yeah.
So, Universal wanted to build the MonsterVerse, right? Mm-hmm. They wanted to imitate Marvel. And it kicked off with The Mummy, starring Tom Cruise.
Not great. Not a good movie. But poor casting choice. Like, I love Tom Cruise, but...
Yeah, it's not good.
He's not... It's Egypt. Tom Cruise is white. Get Rami Malek.
Rami Malek?
Yeah. Get him in there. Make him the Mummy. Bam.
Okay. Anyways, now they finally, after all this like production and not working, in fact, they never hit production. It's not even pre-production. They're just throwing darts at a board.
They're just desperately trying to do something.
They finally got Ryan Gosling to star in it, and then they got a director, Derek Cyan France.
Cyan France? That literally is just the word cyan and the place France meshed together.
France.
That's gotta be a weird way to pronounce that.
Anyways, there is some hope for this movie because those two have worked together. I haven't seen these films, but it's Blue Valentine and The Place Beyond the Pines.
I have not seen either of those either.
They're a little bit older.
I feel like, it's hard to fuck up the Wolfman, you know?
Why Ryan Gosling?
I don't know. He's alright.
No, he's a good actor, but I don't know.
He's kind of a hottie, you know?
Yeah, he's probably too hot to be a werewolf.
No, that's the thing. Ugly on the inside. Bleh, or whatever. I don't know.
I don't think it's the gimmick of the werewolf.
There's several.
there is no release date, so don't put too much faith into that one.
2022, baby.
Back to James Wan. Someone asked him, because DC, when they announced their lineup, they had canned a film called The Trench, which was supposed to be a spin-off of Aquaman. Mm-hmm. Someone asked James Wan, could they make a Black Manta film? And then James Wan said that Trench movie was secretly a Black Manta film.
See, okay, so here's the thing. Bummer, but also the name Trench does not sound that exciting.
Yeah, I mean, they should have just called it Black Manta.
Yeah.
And dealing with the Trench, I mean, it's almost infinite. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
DC can go to the space, but Aquaman, when he goes into the earth, it gets weird.
Yeah, we gotta get through the lava layer, and then there's the cold layer, then there's the clover layer. Have you guys been watching that animated Aquaman on HBO? It is the best. I love it.
It's pretty funny. And the villains are ridiculous.
As the animation is just bananas, and I am dying for it.
Oh, and the dialogue. It's just...
Yeah, it's so snappy. It's really fun. You should watch it.
Okay, Buzz Lightyear got its trailer.
Ugh. I don't like. The more I think about it, the more I don't like it.
Before I talk about that horrible trailer, I keep reading people calling this a prequel.
It's not a prequel.
It's not.
What is this a prequel to?
This has... No.
That's
just because Buzz Lightyear is a toy in Toy Story, this isn't that toy.
No, this isn't... Also, but I saw this. Someone was like, it's just supposed to be a toy in Toy Story. There was also already a series of Star Command.
Yeah.
And I had the movie, Tim Allen voiced him in the movie. In the, like, TV show, he was voiced by...
Patrick Warburton.
Yeah. So, like, this is already a franchise concept. This is not a prequel to it.
Now...
It's a reboot or something.
Early Pixar had heart to it. And it's very apparent when you watch them. They're still good. Mm-hmm. And now late Pixar, and honestly I would say when they made Brave... God, I don't even know what I was about to say there. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Brave is bad.
Brave is bad.
It was so bad I just walked away.
It's so boring.
And
as far as like, and she could have been cool. They just their biggest draw was, look, the hair looks pretty. It's like, yeah, her hair sure is fucking pretty, but the story sucks. I'd rather watch Snow White look ugly and get a good story.
Like, have you seen Cars 2?
Oof. I will say, Pixar's Coco. Coco was good.
Coco and I think Up came out after Brave. But
I think you're... No, maybe. I don't remember.
I think there was one last good one. Coco was interesting because no one's really ever tried to touch that subject.
Coco clearly had a very unique style, a very specific look that they were going for, and they nailed it. Mm-hmm. That gold color that just is all throughout the Land of the Dead is so pretty.
I like the flowery look.
Mm-hmm. They nailed it. That was the thing with Pixar. They had an idea, and then they nailed it. They had a vision, and it looked a certain way, and then they nailed it. And now that...
I noticed Buzz Lightyear's jet that he's riding in looks a lot like an X-Wing.
I was sitting there thinking, where's his colors? Where's his green and purple?
No, he has to put on that suit. We know him for having that suit.
Yeah. But why?
And it was just weird seeing him in it.
It was weird seeing him with hair.
Oh yeah.
Like just having hair.
He does have hair. There's some scenes.
I don't know. It's so brown, so dark, so boring.
I don't even understand what's the point of it.
I don't either. I don't want to bash Chris Evans as a voice actor because I barely heard anything from him this trailer.
Yeah.
I hope he does good.
He's proud of it.
I'm sure. I'm gonna hope maybe this was just a bad trailer. Maybe this is just a really poor job.
Okay.
Because when I come to Pixar, I don't want sad, waxing versions of Starman as American dude walks around a brown alien planet. I kind of want something fun.
I think we're seeing a downside of all these sequels. Disney tends to plan out all these projects way too far in advance, overthinking it. Going like, this is a cool idea now, let's release it 3 years from now. Well, what we're thinking 3 years from now, we don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, no one thought 2020 would end up the way it was.
Yeah.
But once you got there, a lot of things became different. You know? And that's just a year. You could pick out any year, and something happened where people started thinking differently. So...
I don't know.
It's coming out next year. You can expect it either as a summer blockbuster or they're gonna put it out for Thanksgiving. That's the way they do it.
I hope they just release a new trailer, like something different.
Oh, as we get closer, they will. Okay, Blizzard. Man.
Boo.
They're trying. They're trying. So they canceled BlizzCon Line.
BlizzCon Line.
It was an event. It's a con.
Yeah.
Conference for all the fans to come and check out the new products that they're going to release. And they decided to cancel it so that they can start working on a better version for it in the future.
Alright.
Now, in its place, they will still announce everything they wanted to announce there.
Okay.
So all the fans will still get their updates, you know.
It's just going to be more like a Nintendo Direct rather than...
It's Nintendo Directs and PlayStation State of Plays are really cool.
They are.
I don't know why more people do them.
That is the most efficient way to get, like, information.
Yeah, just watch this 30-minute trailer and you'll know what we're doing.
Sometimes they'll dump, like, 4 games on you at once. It's like, hey, nice.
Also, Blizzard has announced they've taken a zero tolerance policy to any offense, to
like harassment and
sexual harassment, abuse.
I mean, that's a fine and dandy thing to say, but, you know, why wasn't this how you felt before now?
Yeah.
Why was this not a thing from the beginning?
So, I hope so. Oh, they also mentioned they would raise the percentage of women in non-binary staff by 50%. I don't know what exactly that means.
Like, are they?
I don't know how many women and non-binary people
Does
there
that mean that they're purposefully not hiring women and non-binary people?
I think a lot of them left because of the obvious issues.
Or do they think just having more women and non-binary people in staff will make things better?
Might look better, yeah.
It feels like a PR move.
Yeah, the CEO is still in place, but he's not the original CEO that was in charge this whole time.
Yeah.
And he took another pay cut, and he issued another apology.
There's a lot of apologizing for someone else's mistakes.
They're digging deep, and I don't know if you're gonna find anything. You know.
Yeah.
I know the fans are there. People still love WoW, and people still love Diablo.
Yeah.
And Overwatch is still gonna have its fans.
I don't know. I feel like they're spending so much time with all this PR stuff that they're not even making anything anymore.
Yeah. They should be. Well, they got Call of Duty. Call of Duty is still coming around.
Ugh.
Vanguard.
Yeah. Whatever.
Okay. We've been talking about Spider-Man No Way Home. Everyone's been talking about Spider-Man No Way Home.
I'm tired.
I don't even know if I want to talk about it anymore, actually.
I don't either. Like, I was excited, and then everyone just wouldn't shut up about it.
Dude, my newsfeed is non-stop Spider-Man.
And it's all the same. Like, oh my god, I think Andrew Garfield's gonna be in it. And then the next day, oh my god, I think Andrew Garfield's gonna be in it. And then the next day, oh my god, guys, confirmed, Andrew Garfield's gonna be in it. I was like, okay, great. Why? Just stop.
No, I did show you actual footage of that.
Yeah, supposedly.
But I don't know if it was part of the Amazing Spider-Man duo.
Also, it's just him like lying on his side saying something to like a first AD or something. You know, it's
if
like
you see the picture, that grainy picture, there's another Spider-Man standing next to him, and it looks like Toby.
I'd rather just fucking watch the movie than sit here and shit my brains out speculating on, is there gonna be a Spider-Man in my movie? Like, just...
There is. It's Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he's in there.
I feel like the internet freaks the fuck out.
Can confirm.
Yeah.
Now they're also saying that the Lizard and Sandman will appear. The Lizard from Amazing Spider-Man and Sandman from Spider-Man 3. Those actors specifically also.
See, again, I feel like it would have just been more fun if I just watched the movie and they just happened to show up.
Well, I think...
This insistence of fans, like, screaming at cast members and directors and stuff like, am I getting this thing I want in my movie? I think you need to fucking calm your dicks down, people. Just watch the movie when it comes out. This is why they're not releasing trailers anymore. Because once they do, people...
No, they need to... we need to focus on the Eternals. Mm-hmm. Eternals comes out next week.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't just skip over a multi-million-dollar project that you just worked on.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be so dumb. Anyways, I think, what if, hear me out, all these things that people are finding aren't actually Photoshop fans doing, which a lot of them are doing for, like, posters and stuff.
Yep.
But what if Disney, Marvel, is doing this on purpose just to mess with people?
Maybe.
To get them away from it.
Just a weird PR stunt? Bring attention to it constantly?
Yeah.
I get that. I understand that. I don't know. I would think Marvel's big enough that they don't need to do that.
It would be a weird thing for a company to do.
The only thing I can think of, like,
Well, okay, Kevin said that he has a specialized team devoted to holding all the secrets of just Spider-Man No Way Home.
I highly doubt it's that
That's
fantastical.
weird, isn't it?
Like,
you have to hire a team to hide the secrets of a movie?
Like, guys, we could just...
It's getting out of control.
I could just read the fucking comic.
You know what? I could also just wait till December and watch it myself.
True. Like,
it's right around the corner.
The only thing I can think of that, like, did weird PR stuff was, it reminds me of, when Shadow of the Colossus was coming out. They had this, like, had this thing where they would find large skeletal remains out in the world, and I think they actually
writing actual articles like that.
And they actually like built some of these giant things and like put them out in the, like, one was in the ocean. I don't think they did that, but they had like one in like a snowy mountain where they actually built parts of the Colossus, and they were painting this picture like it was actually being reported that we were finding these things, but they very quickly made it like, hey, it is a video game.
That's pretty cool.
It was cool.
Nice. We're not done with Marvel. Yay.
We'll never be done with Marvel.
I might not talk about Marvel next week. These are only rumors, but apparently Nova from Nova Prime, he's a very... Can you not do that?
Sorry.
I know you got a habit of doing it. That's for putting me down earlier, okay?
Sorry.
Nova Prime was the planet on... It was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
It was the one that...
Was that the gold planet?
No, that's the second Guardians.
Oh, the first one?
That's... Remember when...
Oh, I don't remember the first one very well.
Ronan the Accuser is trying to destroy them.
Oh, yeah.
And then they all get into their X-Wings, and then to create that grid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, no, Ronan didn't destroy it. Thanos destroyed it, and it was off-screen.
Yeah.
He mentions that he destroyed Nova Prime.
Yeah.
Now, if you were going to introduce Nova, you think you would have done it sooner?
Maybe.
But,
Just throwing that out there. Maybe.
but apparently, what they're doing is they're kicking around the idea of introducing him in a future movie. It's just a rumor, but honestly, I think if you were going to do Nova, you should have done it a long time ago.
Too little, too late. I mean, I don't know.
He should have been part of that fight against Thanos.
I just want to see new superheroes. I just want to see something. I want to see a nice, stylistic superhero. And I don't want it to be a superhero movie. I want it to be like a horror or a comedy.
You got your horror superhero movie.
Spider-Man 3?
I'm glad we had different opinions. Okay, what are your thoughts on this? Nintendo Online Plus expansion pack.
I haven't gotten it yet.
Well, I know you haven't gotten it yet, but you're gonna get it?
I was thinking, that's the way you play those old school Nintendo 64 games on, right?
Yes, that's the expansion pack.
I wanted to do that, yeah.
Okay, so the price is $20, and it went up to $50 if you get the expansion pack. So you owe them $30 more a month for some old-ass games.
Just sell me the game. Just sell me the game once.
That's one of the big complaints.
Like, wait, and that's like $50 a month?
Uh-huh.
Fuck you.
Now, people who have been playing... Oh, also they threw in Animal Crossing DLC that comes out soon for you.
Okay.
You know, even though you're going to pay for it already.
Yeah, but like...
Yeah.
$50 a month to play games that I already could own on the N64. Just sell me the game. Just port it to your fucking store so I can download it and have it, and I'll pay you $50 the one time.
Yep. Yeah, no, I think it's a really bad idea. They went through with it, and so people have been playing these games, and here's the problem: when looking at the graphics and comparing them, they really dicked around with it.
You were showing me that one from Ocarina of Time. It looks weird. I don't understand.
So they ripped out it's not only just Ocarina. They ripped out a lot of, like, fog effects.
Yeah, like...
Apparently, Mario 64 is suffering this, too. They're changing up the graphics and the textures.
Why?
Yeah, it's weird, because that one shot that we were talking about...
It's in the water temple, when you enter the room with Dark Link, and it's just the water and the tree.
The tree in the center.
And then there's a building. It's really cool and beautiful, because, like, the water is super reflective, and then it's filled with fog, so it feels so, like, dreamlike. But they got rid of the reflective texture on the water and the fog, so it's... Why would they... I don't... Nintendo! You keep doing it, and then you fucking drop the ball.
So speedrunners have been having issues. The game can't keep up with them.
See, that's the thing.
It chugs, and then it shuts down on you.
Oh,
if you go too far, yeah.
So
when you're playing Mario Kart, apparently it starts stopping you, so that other players can catch up, and then it'll start going again. Apparently, you can't just blow someone out. Online issues, of course, that you're always gonna have that.
That's bad. That's bad that this is a current gen console, and this is shit you could do in a brick from over 2 decades ago.
Yeah. Here's my biggest concern. Not only just the price. I mean, that's ridiculous.
And I get the idea of the prices. Technically, you're getting all these games for $50 a month.
Well, if they gave us the whole back catalog, then yeah, I mean, it would take me months to go through it.
There's really only like 2 or 3 games I actually want to play.
Yeah. And, I mean, I'll check out the Sega stuff, because I never had a Sega.
I mean, I don't... Here's the thing. I love Sonic the Hedgehog, and I don't like his fucking games. I think they suck.
They're really annoying. But they changed out the control layout. Despite the fact that the Switch has all the same controls plus more.
Yeah.
They changed it. And it's like, why?
Is there an option to change?
Nope, you can't.
What the I hate you. Why? Nintendo!
And also, they keep it in the same ratio, so the sides are black.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I would like it if, like, because this is the thing, like, I just played through Deltarune on the Switch, and that's in a weird aspect ratio, but it gives you the option of you can have it be black, or you can have, like, a dynamic border around it. So, and it will change depending on, like, what area you're in. It'll change to fit the mood of the scene.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. If you're going to do that, go with something simple like that. It doesn't need to be, like, a lot.
Yeah.
That was something you could even do with the port. You remember that thing you could do where you could play your, like, Game Boy games on the TV?
Oh, yeah, the underneath expansion that you can get.
They would make little borders and stuff for the sides of your games on those things.
Yeah.
So, Nintendo...
Nintendo! Yeah, you're talking about add-ons
Mm-hmm.
that old Nintendos used to have. The new ones do too, but
yeah.
on the back of your controller, the 64, you can plug in your Rumble packs.
The Rumble, yeah.
You can plug in the pack for putting your Game Boy games in.
Mm-hmm.
I needed that for Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
And then God, it was like a memory card. Memory cards weren't built in.
Yeah, it was like a weird extra thing.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
So there was a screenshot asking for the memory card for Mario Kart. Now, if you buy the new Nintendo 64 controller...
Oh, yeah?
Thanks for helping.
I know what you were trying to say.
Anyways, they showed the back of it, and they plugged it up. So it's an exact replica, but when you flip it over, it's just... There's no way to put it in.
Oh, that's a bit of a bummer.
So, yeah, I mean, great idea, but it just didn't work.
I don't know, Nintendo. You could do better than this.
Okay, now PlayStation's turn. PlayStation Plus games were leaked for November. We get First Class Trouble, Knockout City, Kingdoms of Alamar Re-Reckoning,
Wow.
and Walking Dead Saints and Sinners if you have VR.
I don't know 3 of those things. And I don't want Walking Dead.
You don't know Kingdoms of Alamar?
No. Do you?
Yeah, I played it a while ago, like back when it came out. But it's not my style. It's really old school. Well, it's at the time it wanted to emulate old school RPGs. It had a lot of legal troubles with it.
Weird.
So it kind of just got shut down. But people really liked it, so they were able to bring it back. And that's why it's called Re-Reckoning.
I don't know.
It's just an updated version of the game, but...
I don't know.
Not what I wanted. And then,
not what anyone wanted, honestly.
And then they had a state of play.
How did that go?
It was all indie games.
Some
new and some just coming on over to PlayStation. I didn't care for them. And
indie games are very, very hit or miss.
They are.
Usually it's miss.
Yeah.
Sorry. I know it's hard to make a game and I'm super proud of you, but it had to just be like the same gameplay mechanic everyone else has already done.
Yep.
But with your own like texture pack on top of it.
And a lot of people are upset that we didn't get more closer looks at, God of War, Ragnarok, or Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West.
Is that what it's called? Forbidden West?
Yeah, Forbidden West.
Oh. Huh.
Yeah, that game, the first one takes place on the East Coast.
I would have never guessed.
Now, there's little hints here and there.
I would have thought north.
Well, yeah, some parts are in the north.
It's weird. It's a weird game.
Okay.
That one was announced forever ago, and we've heard nothing about it.
There's trailers. I mean, they showed it off at E3.
Yeah.
So here we're going to change up the format. And what I mean by that is we talk about the upcoming, like what's happening this week with, television, movies, games.
Yep.
And I realized these drop on Sunday, and everything I'm telling you that is coming up already happened. So, like, the movies that were going to come out came out today.
Yeah.
And you're listening to this on Sunday, or you'll be listening to this later this week.
Yeah.
So, what I want to do is update it. So I'm going to catch you up for this week, even though we probably already know what happened. And then I'm going to talk about next week. And then next week, I'll talk about the week ahead. It's pretty logical.
Okay. I bet it'll make more sense as we just go on. Yeah.
Okay. I probably over-explained it. Hypnotic. A young woman seeking self-improvement enlists the help of renowned hypnotherapist. But after a handful of intense sessions, she discovers unexpectedly the deadly consequences. This film will come out this Friday. It's on Netflix, and it stars Kate Siegel and Jason O'Mara.
I don't know who either of those people are.
You know exactly who both of they are.
Who are they?
Kate, she played, she's Mike Flanagan's wife.
Oh! She's a good actress.
Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor.
Who's Jason O'Mara? Is he also
He's
in
the
it?
voice actor of Batman. He's played Batman for years.
That's not Kevin Conroy.
He pretty much replaced Kevin Conroy.
Oh.
Okay. My Hero Academia World's Heroes Mission. When a cult of terrorists ruins a city by releasing a toxin that causes people's abilities to spiral out of control, Japan's greatest heroes spread out around the world in an attempt to track down the mastermind and put him to justice. Released this last week.
I don't watch My Hero Academia.
Me either, but I kind of figured there are enough fans that I would talk about it.
Yeah, there's lots of people. Here's the thing that annoys me. I can't ever escape My Hero Academia.
It's amazing. That second film, so this is the third film.
Oh.
That second film came out during the pandemic, and it blew it out of the water. I mean, people went out to go see it.
I'll be scrolling through TikTok and just constantly seeing My Hero Academia stuff, and I'm just trying to, I don't know these characters. These jokes make no sense to me.
Yeah. Eternals. This will come out next week. Here's the synopsis I got for it. And this is from IMDb. In fact, you see all this black here?
Yeah.
This is all IMDb.
Ah.
Okay.
This is what you were talking about earlier.
Yeah. The saga of Eternals, a race of mortal beings, who lived on Earth and shaped its history and civilizations. It will come out next week.
That's the only synopsis it has?
It's that boring.
Alright.
So some reviews have actually come out for it, because they do a premiere, and people get to go watch it.
What are they saying?
They're saying it's the worst Marvel film yet. I mean, they are not being nice to it.
How? Is it boring?
Yeah, they're saying there's no layers to it. The monsters are, this one guy described them as wolves made of twigs. And when we were watching the trailer, I was thinking about...
Timberwolf.
Okay.
That's what it would be. Get it? Get it? I'm making a joke. It's a pun. Do you get it?
No, I don't.
Because twigs are made out of wood, and wood is called timber. I promise it's funny.
Jesus. I want to go see the Eternals. I really liked Shang-Chi.
I thought the trailer looked really cool for Eternals.
I mean, there's a potential there. But yeah, seeing these reviews is like, oof. Please don't let this be true.
I wonder if people are just being uppity about it.
If it really is bad, and I haven't seen it yet, but if it's bad, is it worse than Black Widow?
See, that's the thing. People were like, Black Widow's amazing. And then that one was a boring waste of time.
It's a bad movie.
I don't know how Eternals could be any worse than Black Widow.
Okay, Antlers.
Oh, yeah.
An isolated Oregon town, a middle school. Can you start reading these, please?
Yeah. Antlers. In an isolated Oregon town, a middle school teacher and her sheriff brother become embroiled with her enigmatic student, whose dark secrets led to a terrifying encounters with legendary ancestral creature who came before them. Alright. Yeah, I've been seeing the trailers for this one.
It was weird that they showed off the monster so soon. You can see it at the end. It's made of antlers and it looks demonic and it screams at you.
Theaters this next Friday. This upcoming Friday.
No, yeah, it's a Halloween movie.
This Friday.
Yeah, it's today. Okay, Last Night in Soho.
Yeah, I know this one too.
I'm glad you do. I've only talked about it.
I saw a trailer for it yesterday.
An aspiring fashion designer is mysteriously able to enter the 1960s where she encounters a dazzling wannabe singer. But the glamour is not all it appears to be. Damn.
That was a weird pause.
Not all it appears to be, and when the dreams of the past start to crack and splinter into something darker.
It's directed by Ed. That is weird. That wasn't you. That was just written weird.
Yeah.
Thanks, IMDb.
Okay.
This one I actually want to watch.
Yeah, it's directed and written by Edgar Wright. It stars Thomasin McKenzie and Anna Joy Taylor. It will be in theaters next Friday.
Yeah.
No, today.
Today.
Yeah, so it's already passed.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it in theaters.
No. I want to see it when it comes streaming eventually.
Yeah, I like Edgar's stuff.
Yeah, I want to see what he would do with a horror, because I bet his style would work really well for it.
Yeah, I didn't say that. There's no comedy. It's not a comedy. It's a psychological horror.
I'm all about psychological. Psychological horror is my favorite horror.
It can either be good or really bad.
It can be. If it's too uppity about itself, then it's not. Here, you want me to read this next one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Spencer. During her Christmas holidays with the royal family at the Sandringham estate in Norfolk, England, Diana decides to leave her marriage to Prince Charles. What?
Her marriage to Prince Charles. This is a movie about Princess Diana.
Oh.
That's why I put it
Why
in
is
here.
it called Spencer?
I don't know. I was wondering that too.
That's a terrible name.
I don't know too much about Princess Diana other than she was beloved. She didn't want to be with the royal family because they're a bunch of cocks.
The most I know about Princess Diana is that what we heard from that one Unsolved, BuzzFeed's Unsolved.
Yeah. And Princess Diana will be played by Kristen Stewart, sorry.
Oh.
Have you seen her?
Not recently.
You should look at it. If you haven't seen this, you should look at her and Princess Diana. It's weird.
Alright.
They did it right.
She hasn't impressed me in movies past.
I honestly don't like her as an actress either.
Nah.
But, it's Princess Diana. I threw it in here because I know people love her.
Mm-hmm.
Army of Thieves, a prequel set before the events of Army of the Dead, which focuses on German safecracker.
Were you going to say it with a German accent?
No. Ludwig Dieter, leading a group of aspiring thieves on a top-secret heist during the early stages of the zombie apocalypse. This was directed and is starring Matthias Schweighöfer.
It's a German name. Schweighöfer?
The other day I actually got it right. I think you're right.
Schweighöfer?
So, also the reviews are out. This came out this Friday, this last week.
Yeah?
It's a prequel to the Army of the Dead.
Which was it?
Army of the Dead was directed by Zack Snyder.
It was... whatever. It was fine.
It's a fun concept.
It's a zombie thing.
I don't think it needs a sequel.
Or a prequel.
Apparently that's what all the reviewers say too.
I mean, it's really hard to get invested with a prequel when you know the main character dies in the next one.
Yeah, I mean, but whatever. I don't understand Netflix sometimes.
I don't think they do either.
Like, did you know Lock and Key is renewed for season 3?
Really?
It was when season 1 came out and it was successful. They renewed season 2 and 3 at the same time.
Mm. This second season.
And someone brought this up when I was reading this, and they're like, and I talked about this in one of the last episodes. When we were looking at the top Netflix shows based on their numbers, Lock and Key is not in there. So it's weird that they renewed it for 2 seasons at the same time.
Maybe it was doing good enough. A lot of people were talking about it, so maybe they were taking a chance on it.
Maybe.
No one is talking about the second season. We're on episode 4 now?
Yep.
Out of how many episodes? How many is this season?
Should be 10.
I'm not impressed with it. I'm not. It's
well,
fine.
There's parts that we like.
Yeah, there's parts. I'll probably make a review for it. A
really?
lightning review. Yeah.
Okay.
Were you gonna make a review for it?
No.
No,
I was gonna do Army of Thieves.
No.
I've also realized making a review, because I was working on a Pokemon review for Secrets of the Jungle.
Which I liked your script.
Yeah, but actually editing that thing together is such a nightmare that I'd rather just write these out and then just leave them as posts somewhere for people to read.
If you have any suggestions as to where to post these, leave them in the comments.
Because I've written actually quite a lot of them. Mm-hmm. So I do have like a little catalog, and I do enjoy writing, and I think you guys would enjoy reading my stuff, because I'm not a usual writer.
No, you're very, like you said earlier, you're rather verbose.
Yeah. So, okay, all the games. Age of Empires 4 for PC, October 28th. Fatal Frame, Maiden of the Black Water, PC, PS4, PS5 also, Xbox One X. Jesus, I don't know. I just kind of copied someone else because I was like, there's no point in writing all this out.
I don't know if there's much point in us actually talking about any of this. Because so many people already do things like this.
Yeah.
Mario Party Superstars on the Switch. Yeah.
Yep. World War Z coming out on the Switch. Just Dance 2022, November 4th.
Wow.
Yep.
That's before 2022.
Yeah, they...
Silly Billies. Got your numbers wrong.
Animal Crossing New Horizons update.
Woo! November 5th! Woo!
Call of Duty Vanguard, November 5th.
Animal Crossing is going to crush you. Probably.
Upcoming television shows, Animaniacs on Hulu, November 5th.
Already?
Narcos Mexico. Okay.
Well, I thought it was next year.
Narcos Mexico, November 5th. Big Mouth, November 5th. Yellowstone, Season 4, November 7th. And Dexter New Blood, Season 1, Showtime, November 7th. Yes, they're redoing Dexter because apparently the ending's so bad, and they decided they figured out a way around it, so they made a whole new show.
That's... Ugh.
Yeah, I know people like Dexter. I liked the seasons 1 through 4, and after what happens in 4, I was so disturbed that they would do something like that I was just, no.
It's so for me, the thing, I never watched any of it, but for me the thing is, make something new. Have some new creative ideas. Like, why are we constantly just digging up other people's old ideas? Just make up your own new, even like things like Lock and Key. That was just already a comic that was written. Just someone please make a new creative story that isn't about zombies and picking safes.
If people got a big thing for zombies, I mean, I love zombies in the text of Resident Evil.
I think zombies have been used so much to the point that it's like it's nothing.
It's weird. I thought we finally got out of the zombie thing, but it seems like it's happening again. And it's, you know what it was? It was the pandemic.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. People were like, oh, the zombies are going to happen, and now here we are.
Well, it's because it's also, we've gotten so good at, like, painting the zombie makeup, and it's real easy to just put up your arms and flop your head to the side and act like you're dead.
Also, humans are fascinated with death, and the fascination that death is the end.
Yeah.
And many religions talk about, you know, there's a gap beyond another dimension, a world, whatever you want to believe or understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the concept that your body can be reanimated.
Yeah, it's a horrifying idea, but we've done it and nothing, it's never new or creative. All the zombies always work the same way as each other.
Yeah. Okay, so this is an ongoing thing. I reported last week about Rust.
Yeah, the thing.
The Alec Baldwin incident where he ended up pointing the gun and shooting the cinematographer and also hitting the director. He ended up killing the cinematographer. And
there have been constant updates throughout the week.
I mean, I'm sure there's another one on my phone right now. Just even this morning, I got 2 new updates. Mm-hmm. It's an ongoing investigation, and the more I read deeper into this, the more frustrated I get.
It's very frustrating.
It's deeply
because it
sad.
all was so easily avoidable.
Who brings a bullet?
Yeah. Who brings a real gun that can put real live ammunition on set? And who brought real live ammunition on set?
Yeah.
And why is it this gun passed through so many people's hands and not one of these dumbass motherfuckers actually bothered to make sure this was safe?
Yep.
It's the armorer's fault. It is the only one I can blame.
So she's being blamed. Her name is Hannah Gutierrez-Reed. She is 24. This is her second time being the head armorer. First time she was the head armorer, it was on the set of The Old Way. It was another Western, and apparently she discharged the gun twice. in 3 separate days and pissed off Nick Cage.
Yeah. You can't just... That's another thing. If you're gonna discharge your gun, you have to announce it to everyone on set so you don't fucking freak everybody out.
She was also known for carrying the guns underneath her armpits, and the way she was holding it was that the butt, which is the grip, would be in the front so she can grab them, while the barrel is sticking out the back and exposed, so it was pointing towards people behind her.
What is this fucking idiot doing?
So
being an armorer.
Her dad is an armorer.
Oh, because daddy was your armorer? Fuck you, fucking bitch. Someone's dead because of you. You fucking bitch.
Now, her attorneys actually spoke up this morning and issued a statement that she does not know how a live bullet was brought on set.
Well, she should know how, because it's her job to bring that shit.
Now, the next person in focus is the person who handed Alec Baldwin the gun.
See, I can't blame this. It's a first AD, right?
Yes, so the first AD, David Halls, who also had an interesting incident with Freedom's Path, which is another movie. It's going to come out later on. It's about the Underground Railroad. Mm-hmm. Anyways, one of his guns actually discharged and hit a crew member, not fatally killing them, but for some reason. And he's not an armorer. But what he did, what I was reading, is the scene where this all took place was like this abandoned church kind of area.
Okay.
He walked out, went to a cart where the gun was. He picked it up. He walked back in to the set, right? So he walked back on set. He announced cold gun. Now, these are procedures that you go through. Mm-hmm. Cold gun means there's no ammo in it. It's just, a prop. Mm-hmm. Which also is clearly stating he had checked the gun. He now is saying he didn't check the gun. So somehow there's a gun on a cart.
Were all these guns? How many guns were in the cart?
I'm curious why.
Were they all alive?
Where's Hannah?
Yeah, where's this bitch who's...
And then why wouldn't he just break it open and check it?
Like...
Because it's a revolver, it would be broken open.
Yeah. Like, it's there's so many... I'm blown away at the absolute stupidity of these fucking people. When dealing with an item that kills...
It's designed to kill.
And none of you motherfuckers could pull your heads out of each other's asses long enough to make sure you weren't gonna murder somebody. I can't blame Alec, because he put all of his trust into these people to make sure that they actually did their fucking jobs, to make sure that this gun was not loaded with live ammunition. Yeah. And it was his fault for not... It's the first AD's fault for not double-checking, but it's definitely Hannah's fault for being such a negligent piece of shit. Yeah. Like, that is her job. That is the one thing you're on set to do.
I'm really interested to find out what happened here. And the authorities are investigating. They are subpoenaing people. Everyone's lawyering up.
Also, her attorney's excuse of, well, she didn't know who brought live ammo. That's also her job to double check the fucking ammo. Yeah. As armorer. Like...
To me, they're both guilty.
Yeah.
But I want to know who's messing around with live ammo. So, major studios in Hollywood are reconsidering a lot of their gun policies.
Which was something I was saying before, and I'm really glad to hear this is becoming a thing.
There's a lot of actors now deciding that their characters they play will not wield weapons. Mm-hmm. And directors have been coming out and saying, we're swapping out these guns for airsoft pistols.
It was something I was saying.
And then we can CGI the muzzle flashes.
Exactly. It's so easy. Like, the fact that we should never have had artillery on a set that can fire anything, potentially. Because after the incident with the crow, it was more than obvious that even blanks can end up killing somebody. If the situation is lined up.
Did I go into depth about the crow?
Yeah, you did last week.
I did, okay.
So after that, it should never work the same way. Because I remember, everyone had this as a kid, a little toy gun. Yeah. Where you squeeze it and it makes a little like a little pop and it does nothing. It just blows air, if anything.
Yeah, pop guns.
Exactly.
Nerf guns.
There's no reason we should have something that
even as children, we know that guns can shoot things. They're projectiles. Jesus.
Yeah, like, this should have been a thing a long time ago. And it sucks that someone had to die for people to start to actually fucking pay attention to this sort of thing.
Now, I didn't write this down here, but what I was reading this morning, when you're making a film, you want to get financed, and sometimes you want to get bonds. And what you do with bonds is just in case all of your money it gets thrown into this film and nothing happens with it, that bond will give you back your money. Right? It's like an insurance.
Yeah.
Now, it's not exactly insurance. There's also insurance. Right? And so they have policies on the film.
This is why movies make, like, multi-million dollars.
That's why they cost so much.
Yeah. Like,
there's a lot of stuff that goes with it, and with legal issues. And this film could not secure a bond before even filming it. They were like, no, we don't want it.
Okay.
So they didn't have trust that it would happen. They've had producers walk out in early pre-production, and the insurance company only had a $6 million on death or injury.
Well,
it's time to pay up that $6 million.
There you go. This movie's not gonna. I don't want this movie to get made.
I think it's done.
Like it's.
I think it's gonna be that one movie that we talk about, where it's like that Rust incident.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
Wouldn't airsoft guns be cheaper?
They would be.
So why are we dicking around? Oh, it looks realistic. No one gives a shit. No one really fucking gives a shit.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
And they look just like real guns.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of stuff in there. If you're really curious, you start reading a lot of them. CNN. No, not CNN. I can't remember where I've been reading this stuff. Deadline.
If there's gonna be more updates, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
With the coming weeks. It's still being talked about.
There's definitely going to be a court case. So that was the sadness. And now we're here to our final segment.
We're going to talk, looping back around to talking about Halloween movies and horror. Let's talk about the Roger Eggers movies, The Witch and The Lighthouse.
Yep. You like how I spelled The Witch?
Oh, you did it right. Look at that, Vavitch.
It's with two V's. It's a stylized V.
It's if you look at it, you might be like, what letter is that?
Okay. So The Witch came out in 2015. It's about a.
Damn, it's that recent.
It's that old.
Man.
It's about a New England family, Protestant family, who gets kicked out of the village they were living in.
They don't get kicked out. He purposefully leaves.
Yeah, he didn't want to deal with their bullshit.
Pride.
So he goes out into the wilderness with his family to live on their own.
Yeah.
And what happens?
Bad times.
So they're heavily religious. We see this. And as we keep going through the film, more and more of these omens start to show up.
Like, one of their children dies, the baby dies. Actually just goes missing. They don't know whatever happened to it, technically.
There's a pretty gross scene
there's a it's not for the squeamish, not for the faint of heart. It's a brief scene in the beginning, though.
Well, I'll just tell you right now, and you can look at the cover, it's the Black Sheep, right? Black Phillip. It's satanic. It's a satanic film.
Yeah. I mean, it's really fascinating. If the idea of, like, the old Salem witch trials and, like, you know, old religious superstitions and stuff, if that kind of thing is fascinating to you, then you'll love this movie. I love those things, so I love this movie. It's a wacky one. It's a wacky one because I'm unsure if we're supposed to take it all literally.
Yeah, I mean, your interpretation of it is different than my interpretation, and I'm sure someone else has a different interpretation.
Which part of the fun of it?
There is no definite answer to it.
Yeah.
In fact, the ending itself, the last scene, is very bizarre.
It's very open for interpretation.
Yeah.
Like, but that's part of the fun of it.
It's a really beautiful film. I don't think they used, like, any actual lights.
Yeah, I think it's all,
naturally lit, or they're using candle or fire.
Which is, like, fucking, that's intense.
Yeah. Roger Eggers used to be a special effects specialist.
Oh, nice. This is also arguably where Anna Joyce Taylor got her biggest start.
Her starting role, yeah.
Yep.
She's the main character, Thomasin.
Thomasin.
God, it's a creepy one.
It's also very quiet. There's not a lot of music.
Oh, and they have thick accents.
It's, if you're going to watch it, you need to have subtitles on, because...
A lot of people have complained because they watch it without subtitles, and they're like, I have no idea what they're saying.
Oh yeah, you gotta, it's an accent. Sorry. It's a heavy one to churn through, but they're being very, very accurate.
I like
honestly.
that he was so historically accurate with it.
Yeah, the dad? I don't remember the name of that actor.
No, I was just talking about Roger.
Oh, yes.
Like, his work on it, because this is his debut film.
Mm-hmm. What a wacky one to debut with.
So he decided to make another film.
Yes.
2019's The Lighthouse.
So here's the thing. The Witch, you know, we could debate on if it's supposed to be taken literally or not.
It's easier to comprehend than The Lighthouse.
The Lighthouse is like a Rubik's Cube. It's near incomprehensible, but it is at the same time. It's just figuring out. I still haven't figured it out.
Me either.
And we've watched it twice, three times?
Maybe twice.
Twice?
It stars Robert Pattinson.
Yes.
And
Willem Dafoe.
Yep.
And they're great. They're the only two people we see.
They're lighthouse keepers, hence the title.
Mm-hmm.
And they're stuck on an island, and they both go and sing.
Yeah.
And try to kill each other, and sometimes they're best friends.
And yeah. It's a weird one.
I love the way it's shot. So it's shot in black and white, and it has a 4:3 ratio.
Yeah, it's a really weird ratio.
Instead of the 16:9 that we have.
And it's brilliant. Both of those options are completely brilliant. Because usually when people do things like that, when directors or cinematographers or whatever, when they do things like that, it's for some weird artsy-fartsy reason.
Oh, it was.
But no, it made, because it
narrows you down.
Because it adds to it, because the weird aspect ratio makes it feel like it hammers home the being stuck there. They can't leave. There's no boat they can take. They have to wait for a ferry to come.
Yep.
And so the aspect ratio makes you feel stuck, confined next to these people. And then to do it in black and white, it really highlighted the bright light of the lighthouse and the pure blackness of the shadows beyond the lighthouse, basically.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Well, so smart. So good. Don't understand it, but super good.
It's a very sexual movie too.
Yes.
There's some really unnecessary stuff in there.
Is it unnecessary, or is that part of the whole thing?
I mean, yeah.
I don't. The part that I really don't get is when Willem Dafoe became like Aquaman, basically. Do you remember that part where he was like a fish king monster?
Oh yeah,
tentacles?
towards the end, yeah.
And then they don't bring it up or talk about it. There's so many things.
If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. It's... Oh yeah, you need subtitles for that one too. They got some accents.
They do have some accents on it.
It's also, again, based in New England. It's just because Roger comes from there.
That one's really quiet. I don't think there's any music in the Lighthouse. I think it's just sound effects.
Yeah, it's that foghorn.
Yeah. And that's going to be the other biggest thing, because it is constant throughout the movie. A foghorn. Every, like...
Seagulls.
10 seconds or so. And you just get used to hearing it. It's a trip. It's an adventure.
It's a very good film.
It is.
I think it was overlooked by the Academy.
I think they didn't get it.
Yeah, but it's still well done.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I would love to see what it actually means. Like, just to talk to Roger.
Yeah.
And see what his thoughts were, since he's writing these things.
Mm-hmm.
His next upcoming film, which will come out next year, is The Norsemen.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I can only speculate on things, but I'm not really going to.
It's one of these things where, you know how I was saying earlier, like, fans being like, is Spider-Man gonna be in my movie? I think it's this, with these types of movies, even if you asked Roger, or anybody, they will never tell you anything about what's gonna happen with this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about Vikings. That's all I can tell you right there.
I'm excited, because this is the first time they're going to be, like, moving from location to location.
Yeah, that's the other thing. All his movies so far, these other two, you know...
Very stuck.
Yeah, you're stuck at the house and the witch,
Mm-hmm.
or the forest around it, or you're stuck at the lighthouse,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't really go anywhere because there's just ocean.
And the Norseman is going to bring back some actors from the previous two movies.
Yes, Anna Joy Taylor will come back, William Dafoe will come back, the father from I can't remember his name.
I don't. It's Father from the Witch. He's gonna be in it.
I already said Willem Dafoe.
None of your hyperlinks are working.
I know, right? Ralph Ineson.
That's a nice name.
But
no, that's not the dad.
Yeah, it is.
You sure?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
I
No,
don't-
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Do you remember it's like that time when you challenged me on that weird Queen song
No.
from Flash Gordon?
Don't tell them about that.
She wanted to tell me that Queen didn't write this theme song for Flash Gordon. And then looked it up and found out she was wrong.
I was thinking of a different song. I
It's
did
okay.
figure that out
It's
earlier.
okay.
I was thinking about the song Bruce.
I don't know Queen.
You do. You've heard all the important ones.
Yeah.
You know We Will Rock You and...
Whatever. We're not a music podcast.
I don't understand music. I like it, but I can't talk about it.
That was it. That was all for this week. I know it's really long.
There was a whole lot to talk about this
There
time
was.
around.
And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had a great Halloween.
Yes. Gotta get all self ready and planned for next Halloween now.
No, it's time for Christmas.
It's time for fuck Thanksgiving. All Christmas. All the way.
No one likes Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving sucks.
Yeah. So, see you next week. Have a good week.
Bye bye.
Bye.